Hello students, today we are going to study traffic study and analysis, in which our first topic is traffic volume study. Now what do you mean by traffic study and analysis? The traffic surveys for collecting traffic data are also called traffic census. These studies help in deciding the geometric design features and traffic control for safe and efficient traffic movement. It means that the collection of traffic data will help in deciding the geometric design features such as curve radius, as well as stopping sight distance, as well as traffic signal designing. They all depends on these studies. The various traffic studies generally carried out are: the first one is traffic volume study, next one is speed study, in which our two topics will be spot speed study and speed and delay study. The next one will be origin and destination study, it is also known as OND study. The next one is traffic flow characteristic, another one is traffic capacity study, next one is parking study, and the last one is accident study. Now we will see one by one each and every topic in detail, starting with the traffic volume study. Now traffic volume is the number of vehicles crossing a section of road per unit time. It is used to measure the quantity of traffic flow. Now why we generally use the traffic volume? To measure the quantity of traffic flow on a particular section of road, and it can be determined by the formula, that is small q will be equals to n into 3600 upon t in vehicle per hour, where n is the number of vehicles passing a point in the roadway in t seconds and q is the equivalent hourly flow. Now complete traffic volume study includes classified volume study, that is number of different types of vehicle moving on a particular section of road, directional study, that is distribution on different lanes, it means that how many vehicles are moving on a particular lane and how many vehicles are coming from the different direction on different lane. Now how can we conduct the various types of traffic surveys? By toll plaza ticketing, registration offices, statistical approach, by interview method, by checkpost, modern global positioning studies, they all are used for conducting the various types of traffic surveys. Now uses and objectives of traffic volume studies. It provides a true measure of the relative importance of roads and decides the priority of improvement and expansion. It means that the traffic volume study will decide whether there is need of any improvement or not, or whether there is need of expansion of the lane width or not. It is used in planning of traffic operations, control of existing facilities and designing of new facilities. It means that for the designing of new facilities as well as for the improvement of existing facilities, traffic volume study plays an important role. It helps in analysis of traffic pattern and trends. It means that the traffic volume study will help in the analysis of traffic flow pattern on a particular road, as well as the increase in the number of vehicle on a particular section of road can be easily determined from the traffic volume studies. It provides useful data for structural and geometric design of pavements and computation of road capacity. It means that with the help of traffic volume studies, we can govern the various geometric design parameters of the pavement, that is length of the pavement, width of the lane, etc., as well as computation of the road capacity. It is used in planning one-way streets and other regulatory measures. It means that traffic volume study will help us to decide whether we have to construct a one-way road or whether we want a two-lane, two-way road. Now the next one is Turning movement study is used in the design of intersections, in planning, signal timings, channelization and other control devices. It means that the turning movement study will help us to channelize the various types of traffic on a particular section of road, to control the devices as well as to design the intersection with utmost care so that there will not be any chance of accident on that intersections. Now the next one is the pedestrian traffic volume study is used for planning sidewalks, crosswalks, subway and pedestrian signals. Now we will see traffic volume calculation. The traffic flow varies from time to time as hourly traffic volume varies considerably during day. Hourly volume will be much higher than the average hourly volume. The average hourly volume data will be less as compared to the maximum hourly volume of the vehicle. Now, daily traffic volumes vary in a week and during seasons. Therefore, true picture is to be obtained for pattern of hourly, weekly, daily and seasonal variation including class of traffic, that is buses, truck, car, motorcycles, etc. Now during traffic volume study, traffic variations and the direction of each class of traffic is recorded with the information of their turning movement. It means that in this study we have to consider the various types of class of vehicle moving on a particular section of road as well as information about their turning movements. Now traffic volume counts is done with the help of mechanical counters or manually using pneumatic tube, multiple pan recorder. Now how can we perform the traffic volume calculation? With the help of mechanical counters or by manual means, that is by using pneumatic tube, multi-pan recorders, etc. At first, the fluctuation of traffic volume during the hours of the day and the daily variations are observed. It means that we have to observe the daily variations as well as the fluctuation of the traffic volume during the hours of the day. After that, with the help of statistics, the peak hourly traffic volumes and average daily traffic volumes are calculated. Now the next one is passenger car unit. Now it will be very difficult to count the number of vehicles moving on a particular section of road of a particular class because the traffic is in the mixed form. So under mixed traffic condition, it is difficult to find traffic volume, density, capacity, etc. Therefore, all classes of vehicle is converted into a standard vehicle unit which is called as passenger car unit. It means that now for calculating the traffic volume on a particular section of road, we will convert all class of vehicle into a standard vehicle unit which is known as passenger car unit. Now the factors which affect the passenger car unit will be, the first one is dimension of vehicle and the second one is speed of vehicle. So we can compute the passenger car unit by considering the speed ratio by the length ratio. Now as per the Indian Road Congress, we have the vehicle class and passenger car unit shown in this table. That is, for car and tempo, the passenger car unit will be equals to 1, that is equivalent to 1 passenger car unit. Now the bus or truck will be equivalent to 3 passenger car unit. Similarly, motorcycle will be equivalent to 0.5 passenger car unit, cycle rickshaw 1.5, horse drawn vehicle 4, small bullock cart 6 and the large bullock cart will be equivalent to 8 passenger car units. Now the next topic is the traffic volume measurement. Now the first method for the traffic volume measurement is manual method, in which class of vehicle is identified but 24/7 counting is not possible. Now the next method is the mechanical method, in which the first method is the magnetic detector which is based on magnetic principle. Another one is the radar method which is based on radio waves, and the last one is the pneumatic hose method which is based on impulse. Now in pneumatic hose method, airtight tube is placed across the road and passing of vehicle over it generate the impulse due to which number of vehicle is counted. It means that when the vehicle is passed over the airtight tube, then it will generate an impulse due to which the number of vehicle is counted. Now the next topic is the representation of traffic volume data. We can represent the traffic volume data in terms of annual average daily traffic, which is known as AADT. It is the average 24-hour traffic volume at a given location over a full 365 days. Total traffic and classified traffic are calculated. It helps in deciding the relative importance of a route and road development, and it includes seasonal variation also. Now it can be computed by dividing the number of vehicles throughout 1 year by 365, and we will get the AADT in terms of vehicle per day. Now the next one is the average daily traffic, that is known as ADT. It is the average 24-hour volume at a given location for some period of time less than a year. For this, minimum of 7 days count is done to include the daily variations like on Saturday and Sunday. Now, ADT can be computed by dividing the number of vehicles throughout 1 week by 7, and we will get the answer in terms of vehicle per day. Now, the next one will be annual average weekday traffic, that is AAWT. It can be computed by dividing the number of vehicles throughout weekday in a year divided by 260, and we will get the answer in terms of vehicle per day. Now the last one will be the annual average hourly traffic, which is known as AAHT. AAHT will be equals to AADT by 24, and we will get the answer in terms of vehicle per hour. Now some important charts will be there as per the previous discussion. The first one will be the trend chart, which is shown here like this. Trend chart shows the traffic volume trend over a certain period of time. It means that the traffic volume increases or decreases is just shown in the trend chart. Uses of trend chart. It is used for the calculation of rate of growth of traffic, future planning, and the last one is the expansion of road. It means that with the help of trend chart, we will decide whether we will need to expand the particular section of road or not. Now the next one is design life of national highway and state highway is 15 year, and for express highway it is 20 year. Now one note is there that in India the rate of growth of traffic lies between 5 to 7.5% per year, which is determined from the trend chart. Now traffic volume after n years can be computed as A equals to P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power n. It is just like compound interest formula. Okay. Now we can compute the traffic volume after n years by just assuming the compounding effect of the traffic, where P is the present traffic volume, R is the rate of growth of traffic per year, n is the time in year. Now one question is here that calculate the traffic volume after 10 years of time if present traffic volume is 1000 vehicle per day and rate of growth of traffic obtained from trend chart is 6.5% per year. It means that we have to calculate the traffic volume after 10 years, that is the value of A. So it will be equals to P into 1 plus R by 100 to the power n. Now in the question it is already given that the value of P is 1000. The value of rate of growth of traffic is given as 6.5%, and the value of n is given as 10 years. On solving these, we will get the answer as 1877.13 vehicle per day. That will be the traffic volume after 10 years. Now the second chart is the variation chart. Now this chart shows hourly, daily and seasonal variations. Variation chart also helps in deciding facilities and regulation during peak traffic period. One example is here that during peak flow, a particular class of vehicle is restricted to the road and directed to another road because it will affect the free movement of traffic along a particular section of road. We can take an example that in between the 12 am to 6 am, we allow the movement of truck to move along a particular section of road because during that time there will be very low traffic volume on a particular section of road. But as the traffic volume increases after 6 am, we don't allow the movement of heavy vehicles on that road. So variation chart will help to restrict a particular class of vehicle on a particular section of road during peak flow time. Now the next topic is the expansion factor. Periodic volume counts are used to calculate expansion factors needed to estimate the annual traffic volume. Now we have to consider the various types of expansion factor. The first one is the hourly expansion factor, which will be equals to total volume for 24-hour period divided by volume for particular hour. The next expansion factor is the daily expansion factor. It will be equals to average total volume for a week divided by average volume for particular day. The next one will be monthly expansion factor, which will be equals to AADT divided by AADT for particular month. Thus, if 24-hour count at a location is done and hourly volume is calculated, we can calculate the hourly expansion factor for each hour. Now, hourly expansion factor for each hour can be calculated as peak hour factor, that is PHF, equals to traffic volume upon peak traffic volume, and this is the one of the most important formula as per the GATE examination point of view, because every year one question will be there from the peak hour factor. Now we have to calculate peak hour factor for 5 minute as well as for 15 minute. Now peak hour factor for 5 minute will be equals to traffic volume divided by peak traffic for 5 minutes, as well as peak hour factor for 15 minutes can be calculated as traffic volume divided by peak traffic for 15 minutes. Generally, peak hour factor for 15 minutes lies in between 0.25 to 1. Now the next topic is the 30th highest hourly volume. Now 30th highest hourly volume or the design hourly volume is found from the plot between hourly volume and number of hours in a year that the traffic volume is exceeded. For this, all hourly volumes are arranged in decreasing order and order number is given to each of them. Now its curve is shown in the next slide. We can see the curve when we move to the next page. The data at order number 30 is the 30th highest hourly volume. The 30th highest hourly volume is the hourly volume that will be exceeded only 29 times in a year, and all other hourly volumes of the year will be less than this value. It means that all the other volumes of the year will be less than the 30th highest hourly volume. The highest or peak hourly volume of the year will be too high that it will not be economical to design the facilities according to this volume, and the annual average hourly volume found from AADT will not be sufficient during considerable period of a year. Now curve is shown here, that is this curve. Thus, it has been observed that 30th highest hourly volume gives a satisfactory result in terms of performance and is also economic in nature. As per Indian condition, 30th highest hourly volume is 8 to 10% of annual average daily traffic. For example, if annual average daily traffic is 2000 vehicle per day, then 30th highest hourly volume will be 8% of this, that is 160 to 200 vehicle per hour. If 30th highest hourly volume is adopted for desire, then there will be congestion only during 29 hours in the year, which is very less. The 30th highest hourly volume is generally taken as the hourly volume for the design. That's why it is taken as the hourly volume for design. That is all about the traffic study and analysis in which we had completed traffic volume study. Thank you very much, students.